Hello, Bula, Noaya, and welcome. This is Maple here, coming to you live from the comfort of my home. It is Sunday, cold winter Sunday here in Fairbanks, Alaska. And I am so glad, I'm so happy you're here today. I hope that it is a rest day for you as it is for me. It is my Sunday, rest day, and also reflection. This day I reflect on the week and prepare for a new week. And let me know where you're tuning in from, how your week has been, whether you're watching me live today or you are watching the replay. I'd love to know how global this live is. So, this past week has been full of real life moments, a little joy, a little waiting, a little serving, a little laughter, and a little reflection, and a whole lot of God's grace holding everything together. And I wanted to come here to share, encourage, and hopefully bring some hope to someone who may be feeling tired, stuck, or just needing a reminder that better days are ahead. Um, and yeah, I hope do let me know what your day is like, whether it is your rest day or you're working, or wherever you're at. I'd love to know, as you follow me and as you watch this go live. I'd love to know what your Sunday is like, or how your week has been, and how are you reflecting on the things that you have gone throughout the week. um, and so life's moments, I'm going to share life's moments that really spoke to my heart this week. It really looked like, apart from work, we did have center. They called it center. Sorry, secret center at work, and it was fun. We all, secretly put out gifts for individual one for Monday till Friday, and then we reveal ourselves. And so it was like a fun way of giving, and just a great reminder that God is faithful in our lives, um, and when it's time, it's the thought behind the giving that makes, that is meaningful. And so that is how I took it. Yes, and also being in a waiting season. So, um, waiting season while our car is getting fixed. So if you watched me earlier, last week Saturday, um, a spinning skidding car bumped into ours, and so it is out in the shop being fixed. But you know what? These waiting seasons just gives us patience, surrender, and total trust. Serving also, yesterday we did a community service at the food bank, seeing the needs and the compassion, and just being great, having that gratitude for the things that we have, and just seeing so much need out there in the community, and it is so humbling, and to be a part of doing some community service. And so that was our experience yesterday. Not only that, my husband and I had dinner with friends, just that fellowship and with and that connection, um, and just having time to share with friends, um, and just sharing what how the year went and the great things that that we have in common to share. And today especially is church day. So, and today's message was very powerful. I can say a powerful message of hope in a shifting world, and and a beautiful reminder of what Christmas teaches us about fatherhood, God's love, and His covering over our lives. And I think that a lot of us need to be reminded on that. Even for me, it is a great reminder to me, when the pastor shared this topic on, and we have this series that's titled Unshakable. And truly, these messages, it's really meaningful, because it brings us it reminds us, that none of these, um, that God's love and His covering has always been. He never fails us, He never forsakes us, and He's always there for us, no matter how hard your week may be, no matter what circumstances you may go through. It is a great reminder that He loves us and He cares for us. And so none of these that I have mentioned, came from a perfect week. There are times when you have a perfect week, and there are times where you have these challenges or things that really test your patience and all, and everything that you believe in or you value. And so they came, really, all these things that I've mentioned came from real life. That is my experience. I don't know what yours is or what you're going through, but from imperfect moments, from seasons where things are still in progress, yet God matters in every space. And that is, and so there is hope, in everything. There is hope. Maybe today you feel stuck. Like I said, I don't know what your journey is, what your struggles are, or if you're going through, a great season in your life. Maybe you're waiting for answers, maybe for healing, for breakthrough, for clarity, whatever it may be. Maybe your world feels like it's shifting and nothing feels stable. Um, here's what this week truly reminded me, and I like to share this because um, I hope that what I have experienced and how I have interpreted the things that I've experienced throughout the week, just to have that positive impact in my life. I hope that it'll help you, that hope still exists, and even when life seems, feels uncertain, waiting seasons are not wasted seasons. God works quietly in the background, and it is that trust, it is that faith, and even prayers that has really carried me through. And also, serving, it is nothing new for me, but it always reminds us, we're still needed. We still have something to give, and especially during this season, there's exchange gifts. There's gifts that are still yet to be opened under the Christmas tree, and gifts that have yet to be bought, to be given. Um, and all these things, it truly, it reminds us that we're still needed and we still have something to give. And also, another reminder is that community do matter. I remembered, I think, one of the series before this one at our church, and our pastor did mention that, you know, I'm often asked that question, why Alaska? All the way from the islands and coming to a state that has long, harsh winters, um, and that series really hit me because coming here, I did not research to be here. The job, it was the job that brought me here, but I felt like till this till this day, I I believe it is an answered prayer, and I've always believed that where God places us, that's where He wants to use us, not just in your job, but also in the community, um, because there's so much to give, there's so much to do, and so as I say that, I also want to share that, community does matter. So wherever you're at, for me, I'm here in Fairbanks, Alaska, and just being a part of community and giving back, it really helps. It makes life more meaningful. That wherever you are, that is where God has placed you to be a blessing, to be a light. And so, we are not meant to do life alone. That is a reminder to me. We are not meant to do life alone. Um, Fatherhood through Christmas reminds me that is part of the message today, and I really kind of jot it down because all these things, um, it helps me. Um, it reminds me once again the reason, the meaning of this Christmas, and how I should always look at it. Christmas reminds us, we are loved, we are protected and provided for, and we are guided and never forgotten. That is something that really, kind of reminded me today as I listened to the word, and Pastor was, he really shared so many great things that kind of reminded me, um, that we are guided and we are never forgotten, and God hasn't abandoned us. And it is true. I've always said, He has, in times that you are stretched thin, in times that, you feel stuck, God has never left us. And that you are also not behind, you are not overlooked. Um, and there is still purpose in your story. As I share my story today, as I share what my week looked like, I hope that you can grab something, a little bit of something that I shared today, that I'm sharing today, that will help you, or also you could relate to what I went through this week. And maybe it is your story as well, or maybe it is a story that you want to create for yourself. If you're an area where you are needing help, struggling or looking for that hope and change. Um, for those who are struggling, if you're tired, if you're overwhelmed, if you're praying for something to shift, this is probably something that I want to share. You're still standing. Tell yourself you're still standing. You're still trying. You're still here, and that means God is not done with you yet. I tell that to myself all the time. Me sharing this here is not because I'm perfect. There's so many areas that that I still need God in my life to guide me and help me in decisions that I make. And having to share this is just my pure experience on how my week went. And I hope that it helps you, and reminds you that you are not alone in your journey, and there is hope and peace and comfort, and that God is not done with you yet. So because this go live is part of my business, and yes, I say today is rest day, um, being a digital business owner, it does not close any day. It is an ongoing business. Even when I'm not working on it, I'm using this platform and this Go Live to continue to inspire and share the things that I value, my experiences, and especially in a day like this, where I share about the meaning of rest and reflection in my life, and in preparation for a new week that helps me, that I hope is helping you as well. And so, life and business connection, I want to share this because this is also why I am grateful, for a digital business that is helping me, even though I'm a registered nurse, still working full time. I have started something that I'm building on the side that will eventually be my retirement. And so, this is, yeah, like I said, not because life becomes perfect. Like I said, I'm not perfect, but because it gives us hope. It gives us options. It also gives us community, and also purpose. A reminder that even in the waiting seasons, we can build, prepare, and move forward. We don't rush at all. We don't pressure, and we grow step by step with faith, with integrity, and with purpose. And so, while you're, you know, thank you for being here, and I hope that, before I end, I'd like to share something that I hope will encourage you this week. As you know, as it's a reminder for me, I hope it is for you, to stay empowered for the new week ahead. And as we step into a new week, um, tell yourself that I am choosing a hope over fear. I am choosing faith over worry, peace over chaos, and purpose over pressure. Let that be an encouragement for you. And may you walk into this week knowing that you are seen, that you are loved, and you are capable. I'm going to say this again. As you walk into this week, tell yourself that you are seen, you are loved, and you are capable, and God is still writing your story. As you know, as we come to the end of this week, it's about Christmas soon, and soon it'll be the end of this year, 2025. Let that be an encouragement for you as you reflect, not just last week, but the year, the entire year. Just on Friday, um, I have a group, Rituman Women in the Business, in the same business. We share in Rituman, reaching out to our people about this opportunity, and that we ended on Friday. And even though we ended that live and that panel, it still goes on in our individual, business lives. Um, and it's just a way of it's a reminder that yes, we have these times to celebrate and enjoy the meaning of Christmas and having time with family. I just want to have a gentle reminder that if this spoke to your heart today, let me know in the comments. Share with me what has helped you in this go live. Tell me what you are believing in this week, or even you can write it for yourself. Whether you are believing in peace, whether you are believing in clarity, strength, change, whatever it may be, I'd love to stand in prayer with you. And if you're someone who feels it's time for something new in life or business, reach out, ask questions, be curious. It's okay to be skeptical. You don't have to stay stuck. There is always hope and there is always possibilities. So that ends my Go Live for today. I thank you for being here, for listening, and I hope that you're inspired and encouraged to prepare you for a new week. Thank you for uh, being inspired, and also the feedbacks that I get in my lives. It really helps me to come back every time and show up here and share the things that I value, that I hope is adding value into your life. So may your week be filled with hope, strength, peace, and God's covering over you and your family. May you have a blessed, wonderful rest of your day. Vinaka, Poyexia, and God bless.